When you get diagnosed with PCOD, you already have most of the symptoms. We generally see them as side effects of PCOD or hormonal imbalance. But let me tell you something. The story doesn't end with hormones. Hormones are definitely a part of PCOD, but they aren't the whole picture. There are many other contributing factors that can make the condition even worse, and one of the biggest ones is nutritional deficiencies. Vitamin deficiencies like vitamin D and vitamin B12 are commonly seen in women with PCOD. In my case, my vitamin D level was 14 and vitamin B12 level was 204. Both are clear signs of deficiency. When I looked back, I realized many of my own lifestyle and food habits had contributed to it. Staying indoors for long hours and getting very little sunlight can lead to vitamin D deficiency. Eating the same kinds of foods every day, avoiding nutritious foods, or restricting certain food groups can also leave us deficient in important vitamins and minerals. As I started learning more about my body, I also started understanding my mistakes. Now, I'm slowly guiding myself to correct them. Getting 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight every day has become non negotiable for me. My doctor even prescribed vitamin D supplements, and I have been taking them regularly. For years, I avoided egg yolks and milk simply because I hated the smell. But later, I realized they are good sources of vitamin B12. Avoiding them for years contributed to my deficiency. Now, I have started including them in my diet. Another deficiency that many women don't pay enough attention to is ferritin, especially if they experience heavy periods. Being a borderline anemic girl with heavy bleeding, I understand how difficult it can be. Low ferritin levels can contribute to severe hair fall, fatigue, weakness, and many other symptoms. As women who lose blood every month, maintaining healthy iron stores can be challenging. To support my iron levels, I'm including foods like helium seeds, soak black raisins with water, figs, dates, jaggery, and green leafy vegetables. I also pair them with vitamin C rich foods like amla and lemon to help with iron absorption. For zinc, I include pumpkin seeds. For magnesium, I include bananas. And one more thing I have realized, correcting nutritional deficiencies isn't just about taking supplements, it's also about eating balanced meals. So now, I make sure every meal includes enough protein, carbohydrates, fiber, and healthy fats. Since childhood, I used to hate ghee because of its smell. But after understanding the importance of healthy fats, I slowly started having half a spoon every day for the past 2 months. And honestly, it's not that bad. Fixing nutritional deficiencies is a journey. It might take weeks, months, or even years. But the earlier you start, the better. Your body has been trying to tell you something for a long time. Listen to it. Because healing isn't just about balancing hormones. Sometimes it begins with fixing what's missing.